Welcome to day 5 of our journey to the resurrection. Today we're looking at Jesus before the Roman governor Pontius Pilate and the release of a prisoner named Barabbas. So Jesus has been arrested. He appears before the Jewish high priest who sends him to Pilate. And Pilate was the Roman governor who was in charge of Jerusalem and the surrounding area. We see that several times Pilate finds no guilt in Jesus and he tries to release him. But the religious leaders in the crowd keep pushing back and yelling, "Crucify him, crucify him." These were probably some of the same people who days earlier were worshiping him as he entered the city on a donkey on Palm Sunday. Pilate eventually gives in to the crowd. He puts a crown of thorns on his head and hands Jesus over to be crucified on the cross. I want to pull two important lessons from this passage. First, Pilate knew that Jesus was innocent. Time and time again, he said so when he tried to release Jesus, but Pilate didn't stand firm. He gave in to the crowd. He gave in to the pressure that he was facing. He compromised. And now he's known throughout history as the man who wrongfully convicted the Son of God to die on a cross. What about us? Will we stand firm in our convictions and our beliefs, even if the crowd say otherwise? Will we stand up to our family, maybe, our classmates, our teammates, even if they pressure us? Will we give in like Pilate, or will we stand firm in our beliefs and our faith in Jesus and in the Bible? Secondly, there's a brief mention in this passage of a prisoner named Barabbas. It was Passover custom that Pilate would release one prisoner every year on Passover, and he wanted that prisoner to be Jesus. But the crowd chanted for Barabbas. Other gospel accounts tell us that Barabbas was a rebel who had led an insurrection and actually had committed murder. He was guilty. He was deserving of death. But catch this, you are Barabbas. I am Barabbas. Now, we might not have killed anyone and been murderers, but we have all sinned. We're all guilty. We are all rebels deserving death. And I want you to put yourself in Barabbas' shoes. Here you are on death row, knowing that you deserve death, and suddenly, without doing anything to earn it, you are set free. Jesus takes your place instead. This is the gospel. This is the good news. We are all Barabbas. We are all guilty and deserving of death. But Jesus instead takes our place and sacrifices himself in our place. He took our sin and the penalty for our sin and gave us his righteousness so that anyone who puts their faith in him can have a way to be made right with God again for eternity. Have you ever experienced this great exchange? Have you put your faith in Jesus? If not, today is the day to stop striving, to stop trying to earn your way to heaven by being good, because we can never be good enough, but instead admit you're a sinner who deserves death. Put your faith in Jesus, this perfect sacrifice. He stepped in for Barabbas and he steps in for us. You see, mixed in into the middle of the story with Pilate and Barabbas, this prisoner exchange, there is a great moment that points us forward to our next stop on the journey, the cross.